but nothing's going to happen without the cell's intervention. So the cell then has to respond to the blueprint using fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, etc., to do the work of the body function. So hormones rely on many systems in the body to work properly. They rely on the gastrointestinal system to assure that these fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals get through and into the body to the cells where they're needed. Again, this is the issue I think my new client is having. I think she's not getting the nutritional support despite a pristine diet. So I often tell people, I said, if you have a gut issue, you might as well be eating out of a garbage can. It doesn't matter what you eat at that point. So it's important for gastrointestinal function to be there. Hormones also rely on the liver to break down the hormones and eliminate them from the body. Remember that hormones should not be recycled. They are not eco-friendly. They should be eliminated after one use. Otherwise, bad things happen. When hormones accumulate in the body, they recirculate into the cells in a weird configuration that spells disaster. So remember, at the beginning of our show, we stated that bioidentical hormones are safe because of their physical structures. They look identical to our own hormones. Once the liver gets a hold of these hormones after they've been used, the structures are changed. And so if they end up back in your cells after that and are not successfully eliminated from the body, that can spell disaster. So this is one of the mechanisms by which people who don't take hormone replacement therapy can actually increase their risk of cancer. So there are a lot of moving parts that go along with hormone replacement therapy. And again, being under the care of an expert in bioidentical hormones is critical. And I'm blessed to be a board-certified OBGYN as well as a board-certified integrative medicine doctor, which gives me a very unique perspective and expertise on hormones. So we can't talk about hormones without discussing menopause. Is it the beginning of the end? Millions of women report all kinds of crazy symptoms before and during this transition. And then many of them are led to believe that because symptoms eventually go away, that they're out of harm's way. So many women report hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, weight gain, anxiety, depression, memory loss, fatigue, and much more. And we're increasingly believing that these symptoms are just part of menopause. But there are actually no symptoms at all associated with menopause by definition. By definition, the only sign of menopause is the absence of menses for 1 year, and that's it. None of these symptoms are due to menopause, but all of them are due to chronic stress and the imbalances that they cause, as we discussed in our last segment. This is well understood in TCM, and in fact, the decade before menopause dictates the experience in menopause. The more stress before menopause, the worse the transition into menopause will be. Why does this happen during menopause? Menopause is a time of immense genetically programmed change in the body that has to take place come hell or high water. You can't not go into menopause. It's just not possible. So the body prepares for this transition and makes it happen. As we reviewed in past podcasts, the body is extremely busy during times of chronic stress, and it has trillions and trillions of chemical reactions going on every day, day in and day out. And the more stress you have, the more of a burden you add to this. And so now add onto that chaos a transition of monumental proportions, which takes a large amount of energy and resources that we call menopause. Once we add this additional transition to the chaos that was already going on due to chronic stress, we take the body over the edge, resulting in all the chaotic symptoms that women report. Hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, weight gain, anxiety, depression, memory loss, fatigue. All of that is due to stress and the body decompensating under the additional burden of menopause. It's also no accident that diseases peak during this time. Women are more prone to heart attacks and cancer during the menopause transition. Women are documented to have protection from heart attacks because of their hormones that they make naturally. This is why when we go into menopause, we begin to lose that protection and we have an increased risk of heart attacks. So preventing these diseases involves correcting the imbalances that are driven by chronic stress. 3 tips to correct these imbalances that I'll share with you today. Number 1 is exercise. Exercise increases testosterone levels and DHEA if the exercise is not excessive. What's important about testosterone and DHEA is that they're kind of reserve hormones in the body. They provide the body with energy in times of need. Testosterone can also be converted into other hormones. Testosterone can be converted to estrogen and DHEA if needed. So exercise tends to increase these 2 hormones, which is useful to allow the body to have reserve energy in times of need. Now, you have to be mindful with exercise. It can't be excessive. So one of the first signs that you're excessively exercising is if you're prone to injury or if you feel tired after exercise or if you feel tired the next day. These are signs that you're doing too much and that you need to, kind of crank it down. Number 2, HeartMath breathing exercises have been shown to reduce cortisol, which is the chronic stress hormone, by up to 23%. And it's been shown to increase DHEA levels by 100%, which is amazing. This is a 3-minute breathing exercise that's taught by the Institute of HeartMath that increases DHEA levels 100%. HeartMath breathing has also been shown to reduce anxiety, depression, insomnia, and build resilience against stress. So you can learn more from the HeartMath Institute at heartmath.org. And number 3, sleep. It's critical to rest when under stress. A lot of symptoms are caused by the body not recovering and restoring from day to day. For women, 7 to 9 hours are needed for proper recovery. Men need a little bit less, 7 to 8. If you have a lot of chronic stress, it's critical to get more sleep as well as to take naps. Sleep is the time of restoration, and in TCM, it is known that is when the body makes blood. Stress, according to TCM, consumes and stagnates blood. So it's a blood disorder, if you will. And again, because women are of blood, according to TCM, we use our blood a lot when we menstruate, when we get pregnant and breastfeed. Many of us don't ever catch up with that throughout our lifetime, and we remain blood deficient. And so this is why stress affects us more than it affects men. Men are more relatively of chi, and obviously don't menstruate or get pregnant. So they are not as susceptible to chronic stress as women are. So it's important for us to take care of ourselves. We've got to sleep, we've got to exercise, and I encourage you to go to heartmath.org. It is a tremendous resource that is very quick, so even if you don't really have a lot of time, it's an amazing breathing exercise. They have multiple breathing exercises, and they have software guided meditations. It's a phenomenal resource. They've been around for about 30 years doing amazing work. So successfully preventing diseases can be extremely tricky without proper guidance. So these 3 tips are great to get started. But if your symptoms persist or if you're concerned about risk of disease, I highly recommend you obtain the assistance of a board-certified integrative medical doctor to get the proper evaluation and treatment that you need and deserve so that you can remain well throughout the span of your life. So women are mistakenly led to believe that once that transition is over, they're safe. Once they no longer have hot flashes and night sweats, that all is well. What happens is the body kind of resets itself and kind of does a two wrongs make a right move so that you don't have symptoms raging for too long. This is pretty stressful to the body, and many women just really don't quite know that things are not quite right underneath. So if you have any symptoms at all, don't ignore them. Don't be afraid of them. They're just a sign that the body needs a little bit of help. The body is a teaching tool for our soul, and all symptoms are really just communication, things that we need to learn, things that we can learn. It's an opportunity to learn. The physical body is a critical structure for our spiritual evolution and development, and keeping it well is extremely important. And I'm blessed and honored to be someone who can assist people and be of service in being well. So if you found our show today helpful and want to know more about hormones and menopause, please go to the Ryobe Integrative Medicine website at ryobeintegrativemedicine.com. You're welcome to get a copy of the Tao of Integrative Medicine, or just read our blogs and find out more. You're welcome to join our newsletter, where I'll send out hopefully helpful things for you to keep you well moving through these transitions. That's all the time we have for today's show. Thanks so much for joining me on Awakened Wellness with Mylène Ryobe, MD, right here on Dream Vision 7 Radio. Tune in next time, February 5th, where I'll be live again on the first Tuesday of February. Until next time, many, many blessings.
Join us next time on Awakened Wellness with Mylène Ryobe, MD, to learn how spirituality, ancient traditions, and cutting-edge science are merging to create a new paradigm of wellness. Awakened Wellness airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Time, with live shows on the first and third Tuesday mornings of each month. Meanwhile, you can join our Facebook page at facebook.com/awakenedwellness8 and let us know what you'd like to discuss on future episodes. Dr. Mylène is the medical director of the Ryobe Institute of Integrative Medicine in Jupiter, Florida. For more information, visit ryobeintegrativemedicine.com. This show is part of the Dream Vision 7 radio network.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.